Hello everybody, welcome to the first episode of Danny Wine Talk. I'm not going to talk about the wine tasting techniques in general, but to give you a global idea of how to do business in Chinese wine market. When I mention about Chinese wine market, I know some of you still believe Chinese people are barbarians mixing soda with petrols, especially the French. Whether you like it or not, now China ranks as the 5th biggest wine importing country in the world, with an annual growth of 30% in value. For most of the wine professionals, flying to Beijing or Shanghai is as common as flying to New York and London. We even have an inside joke. The wine professionals, they are either in China or on their way to China. In this video, Danny Wine Talk is going to give you a very general picture based on my personal experience in China about how to build your business in China step by step. I will explain you how to use Chinese social medias efficiently to drive higher sales. Well, I will give you advice in selecting importers and building distribution channels. Meanwhile, I will explain how could we adapt our business strategy to Chinese cultures. But here, cultures are used in plural, since there is so many diversity in Chinese culture. Your plan might work pretty good in north part of China, but in south part of China, it might not work anymore. Okay. Now, when you are selling wine in China, firstly, please understand why Chinese consumers drink wine. Because wine is definitely not a daily drink in China. But 90% of Chinese consumers are consuming wine during special occasions, for instance, holidays or parties. 94% of consumers drinking wine because they believe it is better to health compared with Chinese baijiu. Therefore, wine in China is considered as a healthy and social drink. In this case, the method you're using to target European consumers does not work in China anymore, because they don't care about the grape varieties, the cultured yeast or the wild yeast, the Slovenia oak or French oak, biodynamic or organic. They just don't care. Simply just be social and be healthy. And give them a story to talk about during dinner. And that's it. Well, who are you selling to? Not everyone in China could afford wines because they are extremely expensive. Don't be surprised to find a Burgundy dog was sold 40 euros in China. Regardless, our average salary is only 300 euros per month. Some of you may already start doing marketing research, customer survey, or segmentations, lifestyle analysis, but they are way too complicated. In China, we only have two kinds of consumers who pay their bill and consumers who don't pay their bill. For the consumers who don't pay their bill, 99% are government officials and politicians. They don't care about taste, only pursue the price and reputation. If you are a premium wine producer, please stress your rarity, your history, your heritage, your authenticity, and your exclusiveness. But be simple. For instance, when you're talking about your history, please do not mention how many your vineyard has been passed by how many generations, or which king used to give your family an award. This information, even for wine professionals, are very boring. What you should do? You should focus on storytelling. If there are any special ceremonies or conflicts when your winery was passed to the next generation, or how did the king know your wine? Or what did he say? More importantly, how much did he pay for it? Give them a story to talk during dinner. And make sure your wine will be a good symbol to reflect their self-esteem. But for the people who really pay their bills, well, they're the so-called ordinary consumers. But how to reach them, I will explain in the following episodes. Okay, the third question you have to think about is, where did you sell? More precisely, is on-trade or off-trade? The Chinese wine industry report said the on-trade sales and off-trade sales are almost equal. While on-trade sales stands for sales in restaurants, bars, clubs, etc., and off-trade sales stand for supermarket and shops. Well, that was surprising to me, because I said most of the wine is considered as a social drink instead of drinking alone. But wine sales in off and on trade are almost equal. Don't forget about the holidays. because 60% of wine sales in China was generated only in 2 holidays, the Mid-Autumn Day and Spring Festival. Yeah, some consumers may like you and me. We only buy 1 bottle, 2 bottles and give them as a gift to friends. But the governments and companies also need to give gifts to their partners, their employees, etc. In this case, wine which is healthy and fashionable will definitely be the top of the list. And by the way, they are already purchasing on a very large volume. Actually, they are the key players to drive off-trade sales up high. Well, you may ask, but how about retailers? Well, in big cities like Beijing or Shanghai, they might survive, but in the middle-sized city, I'm sorry, if they could sell 30 bottles a month, they are already the best seller in the town. Okay, sad but true. Maybe you will still ask, but how could they survive? Well, because they normally know people. Most of them, they're switched from the other industries to wines, so they already have their clients and connections in the other industry. So definitely they could find their way. But I will explain this phenomenon as well in the following episodes. Okay, this is pretty much for the first episode. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any question or advice, please leave a comment or send me an email. Dan1Talk. Thank you for watching.